Am I live? I'm live, I think. iPens. Where's my coffee, people? I'm trying something out here. I'm trying a new. How's this even going to work? Is this going to work? I want it to go here. Could go there, right? Put a book down. I could do that. Just do this. Okay, now. Such a clusterfuck. It's me. I'm that handsome man. Okay, thought so. Thought so. Okay, thought so. Row, row, row your boat. Hello. Okay. Hello. Row, row, row your boat. Hello. Hello, row, row your boat. Hello. Hello. Okay, out of there. Who's on first? Okay, good. That's done. What's over here? Tube. Oh. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to do the following. Turn this off. Trying to different lighting. Mood lighting. Can't see a thing. I don't know if anyone can hear me. I don't know if anyone cares. This cap does not like to stick on this pen. It's like repels. It's like two magnets that you put together. Okay, I'm going to get my coffee, which is here. So today I'm going to finish repairing some pens, and then I'm going to fill out the forms and bring them to the post office and send them away. What is this pen? This can't be my fine one. It is my fine one, is it? No. Yes, no. No, this is thinner than my fine one. My mind just cannot remember. Who's in my little room? The one I was remembering should be in here somewhere. It's right here. Pretty sweet pen, this one. It's so fine. Yeah, you like it when it's fine, don't you? Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do. Pierre, it's too early in the morning for that kind of gutter talk. I'm just saying you like it, don't you? Yeah, yeah, you do, don't you? You do. I'm not talking dirty. This is the pen that squeaks like a little mouse. Can you hear? Can anyone hear? Is there anyone out there in TV land today? No one's in the room. Okay, time for me to make more coffee. Okay. There, I'm gonna put this. This lovely Dane is gonna go right here. She'll keep you company because she can. Coffee, 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 coffee. Hey, effects to null. Where's my place where I can put my coffee? There it is. If you're offended, how are you possibly offended? Schiavello. Coffee. There we go. Okay, I'm just glad that you didn't offend me. So, effects to null. That was fun last night with Ian coming up and Neville. Neville is a crackpot. It's not just the pot that's cracked, it's the entire China service seating for 12. He is such a nut, that Neville Bedford. It's just funny imagining him being able to ask a question in the witness of a witness in a trial without cracking up the jury. He's quite a character. Well, you can watch the rerun, Friedrich. God, this lighting. I look like death warmed over. I need to go in the microwave another 20 minutes. Yeah, he certainly does have some ephemera. My ephemera that I have just gets more ephemeral. It decays and gets moved around, and they were instruction sheets for Anoto and stylographic pens, and what else did he have? I think mainly that. He was mainly talking with me about Frankenpens and with Marilyn about inks. And what else were we talking about? It's not even, oh, it is 4:30 now. Okay. Never mind. I said, I'm sort of whispering because I don't want to wake my neighbors, but if they're not up now, they should be. I was just thinking I may try to figure out one more camera mount that I can make, so I can have this like up at this level, and the jury rigged apparatus to have that happen is going to be quite a construction. So Schiavello, I got a notice from StreamYard saying I'm almost done with my free trial. I can do 20 hours a month. I'm almost doing 20 hours a day here, it seems. No. So what I'm going to do is it's $30 a month, but it seems like it might be $15 a month with this introductory plan. But I have to figure out how to do it. So I'll sign up for it and see how it works. I can and I can afford it. I think. If not, I'll ask for contributions to my PayPal account, which is where the money will come from. So today, I am being met by a pen collector, pen user, who hired me to build him a Franken pen 2 years ago. And then he dropped off the face of the earth, and then COVID happened and he broke his hip, and who knows what all happened. But he's coming by today at 10 or 10:30 to pick up the pen and also to drop off other pens he wants me to sell for him. So I might have some nice goodies for you. New goodies for me and for you to look at. So, Friedrich, I have a question for you. Did you said you met me, correct, Friedrich? Because did you where did you meet me? Here in Boston, or did you meet me in New Jersey, or what pen show did you meet me? Because you live in Chicago, right? Ian, who you didn't think you remembered, has been to the Boston show a lot, and almost all the years that it's happened. And so I was just wondering if maybe you met me in New Jersey, or I don't know. Again, my mind is, what happens in the past stays in the past in my head, and it just is all in one big Long Island show. Yeah. Now I bet I've only been to the Long Island show once, and you made him remember Ian. Okay, Ian is, if you've been to Boston, you probably would have remembered Ian. But he doesn't, I don't know if he appears like he's a pen collector, but he is a Susan groupie. So I thought you would have remembered him more. I found out today that Nicola Pang has subscribed to my studio, and I don't know why. I thought he knew about it for ages ago, but okay. Well, his facial hair comes and goes. Sometimes he had just, it's. I think Ian is one of those facial hair people that if he shaves at 5 in the morning, he needs to shave again at 8 in the morning. His 5 a.m. shadow reappears at 8 a.m. But in Boston, he brought his ukulele and he was singing. And anyway, anyway, I'm glad that you remembered him, because again, he was a Susan groupie, and he came on last night thinking that there would be a Susan, Remember Susan hour or something. And both Neville and Ian would hang out with Susan a lot when they were here. Um, I'm going to, if we all promise to talk with our indoor voices, I can invite you in. Susan was a character, and she and I, and maybe one other person. No, I think it was really only she and I, for years, were the only people at these pen shows who had paper and ink um, ready for people to try out the pens. Most pen collectors just weren't even thinking of how the pen wrote, but it was all about the way they wrote to Susan and to me. I was the queen of the flexible nib, and she was the queen. She was the king. She has more testosterone in her than I do. She was the king of the stub nib, and it was really uh, fun to have us at either end of the. I think if we were any closer than the farthest possible tables from each other at a pen show, it would be a disaster. Um, she was at one end of the Boston show, and I was always at the other. And oh, good. Yes. No, she was a character covered in ink. She would wear these sort of billowy uh, smock-like affairs, and anyway, she was a character. And the people that would sit behind her table and sort of be her sidekicks and um, were equally colorful and would connect really well with the public. Lord Jesus, help me. Lord Jesus. My coffee said it was done from the kitchen. I could hear it making bubbling noises, but I still have some here. That's great coffee, hon. Oh, it's mountain grown. It's Folgers. So, I shaved. Did you see? So now my face has it's slightly less gray. Yeah, and I'm sure she did a good job of that. And I'm sure people that do grind nibs do good jobs. My only gripe I really have with people that do that kind of thing is that often um, a person that tries out a very fine nib will find it scratchy, and they'll bring it over to Richard Binder or someone and say, "Can you smooth this out for me?" And they'll take it and they'll put it on their grinding wheel, or they'll put it on their emery thing, and then they'll make it smooth, but it will no longer be fine. And it's just hurts me to my Oh, good. I'm so happy that you're getting... Yeah, grinding modern pens is fine, I think. I mean, because you can always buy another nib. But the older pens, the only time I ever do that, take a nib to emery paper, is if the actual original spheroid of iridium has been somehow chipped, where part of it is missing. Why am I seeing it? Oh, I don't know what I'm seeing. Anyway, where part of the sphere is, like, if this part of the sphere was missing, then there's this pink thing right here. How can I? Let's see, here's their sphere. If my pinky, if this part is missing from the sphere, it's going to be scratchy and it's not going to write and it's going to splatter. So I might try to take that part down so that at least it's symmetrical, and then maybe slightly do that to the other. I need more jointed thing. This is really a good way to describe it. Is this a good way to describe it? Because I've never done it this way, but I like it. It's, my hand is making a ball. So if this is broken, I'll file that down so it's symmetrical, and then maybe do that so that there's not a sharp edge somewhere. So yeah, I mean, I do remove material from vintage pens. If I have a chip in a cap lip, sometimes I might try to carefully smooth the whole cap lip down to make it even, because also what you're doing is you're decreasing the likelihood that that little jagged bit is going to crack further or chip further. And well, finding ones that aren't worn, I mean, any vintage pen presumably was used a few years before Grandma was hit by the streetcar and her pen was thrown in the bin until Mom was about to throw it out and you found it. So they can be worn, mangled when they fall on the ground and you have to straighten them. Sometimes the person that straightened them did a job with the pliers. I do have a lot of gold nibs that are missing the iridium completely, and I have taken some of the gold and I mean, I have taken off some of the gold to see if I can sort of make a stub out of them, but they don't have tooth to them. They're very soft and they don't sound right to my ears. So I don't do that very often. Another time when I might remove a little bit is if I've done this again when there's a chip or a crack. If I have a section, if the threads are almost completely worn off and there's nothing grabbing except maybe the last little tiny bit of a turn, I might remove a thread's width or two from the end of the barrel, or the end of the barrel at this end, take the section out and remove a little tiny bit so that there's more threads that grab. But usually my trick today when I do that is just to find another cap and switch them, because sometimes if they match, if this is a weird cap. It really doesn't want to post. It's like putting two north poles of a magnet together. It wants to fly off. I really like this lighting. I have to remember, how did I do this? How am I doing this? Because this is somewhat romantic. What do you think? Is this a romantic lighting? Yeah, that's a good question, those new old stock pens. I mean, I would just, if I found a pen that had a price sticker on it and I wanted that pen, the price sticker just went peel it right off. Fuck this. You can do that with the Sheaffer that you're getting from me, Mitch, has the little price on that modern Flighter-like Sheaffer. You feel serenaded? I don't know what that meant. I think I need to invite you into the chat so I don't have to look up every once in a while and see what you've written, because it's out of sync with my time here. Rotate a pen slightly. You're talking about rotating. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. So this is one of the pens I got from my customer that's coming by today. 2 years ago, this is one of the pens he traded for me toward the Franken pen that he's getting today. He's finally picking up today. He gave me 5 pens to try to sell for him, and this was one of them. And this is one that I really was happy to be able to add to my collection, because it's a Belmont pen, but it's a real big fat one. And it's the size of a senior Sheaffer, but a short little stubby thing. Oh, by the romantic lighting. Okay, thank you for helping me, because I hadn't actually started singing to you yet. Did you like my song about the dildo and porno? We three were in a dream, living in a fantasy. My dildo, my porno, and me. We three were quite the team. No need for... I can't remember what the words were for that part of it. You were surprised by that song? Have you heard me sing the song about the Lutheran Jamboree yet? Your life is complete. Well, just don't let it go to your head too much, Effextinol, because you're happily heterosexual. You don't want to go down the rabbit hole with the rest of us. unless you really want to. You've been told you have to. The Lutheran Jamboree song. It's a really sweet melody that was made in 1914, I think, called On the Beach at Waikiki. And I was singing it with a friend of mine in Minnesota, and she somewhat had been dating a Native American, and she's quite into Native American things, and she felt the On the Beach at Waikiki, where the honky, the singer, kisses a sweet brown maiden, and the brown maiden was not a tanned woman from North Dakota. It was a Hawaiian, Native Hawaiian. And so the song originally goes, Honika ua Vicky Vicky, sweet brown maiden, said to me as she gave me language lessons on the beach at Waikiki. And it goes on for 3 or 4 verses. And she was offended by the sweet brown maiden. So I changed it to sweet blonde maiden. And this woman that I was playing the ukulele with in Minnesota is blonde. So I changed the words to the following. So I changed it to sweet blonde maiden. And rather than a beach at Waikiki, it was at the Lutheran Jamboree. Are we ready for the song? Well, you're going to get it anyway. And I played on the ukulele, but I'm not going to do it here because it's too early in the morning for that. So in Minnesota, as you heard Neville say, you say things like, oh, for sure, then, don't you know? You betcha. So that's the Minnesotan part. Rather than Honika ua Viki Viki, it's, oh, for sure, don't you know, you betcha, sweet blonde maiden said to me as she gave me second helpings at the Lutheran Jamboree. Oh, for sure, don't you know, you betcha, she was only teasing me. You must save room for the Jello at the Lutheran Jamboree. Natural blondes wearing plaid at a potluck is what you'd expect to see, while praising God Almighty at a Lutheran Jamboree. Heineken, Amstel, and Budweiser beer flowed oh so easily. So I had to find the restroom at the Lutheran Jamboree. Oh, for sure, don't you know, you betcha, all that I found was a tree. But guess who else I saw there at the Lutheran Jamboree? Oh, for sure, don't you know, you betcha, squealing orgiastically were all the boys of the choir and eventually me. Molte forti tutti and allegri, all of them, they came on me For I was the cum dumpster draped in white festoonery. Remember that dear sweet blonde maiden? She'd be oh so proud of me, 'cause I saved room for the Jello at the Lutheran Jamboree. How's that? Hey, Cash. I'm sorry we didn't get to hear you sing last night, but I did. Oh my Lord! You want to go to Lutheran Jamborees? Should we have our? Should we? I really enjoy rewriting lyrics to these songs. I worked for a long time on that. You want that song? Good. It's really funny. I do have a YouTube video of that up, by the way. I think I don't have it public, but I can send you the link if you want to know. There's another one I did to the tune of 5'2", Eyes of Blue. You know that song? Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose. And yeah, I'll do it in 1 second. Let me just get one more thing of coffee. So that song, I sang these songs initially at a group called there's a local group I go to called the Radical Fairies. And it's really a fun group. Really interesting, diverse people from 18 years of age to 80 years of age. And we have a potluck every Wednesday night. I know we haven't had it for a year, so I forget. Wednesday nights, I think. Who asked me to do that? I did it myself. So anyway, the first song I sang really publicly with two people other than my neighbors was the song 6'2". So rather than 5'2", Eyes of Blue, it was how does it go now? 6'2", Eyes of Blue. Oh, what that 6 foot could do. Has anybody seen my guy? Roman nose, uncut hose, sloppy bottom, one of those. Is anybody seen my guy? Now if you run into a 6'2", covered with fur, big cock rings and all those things, bet your life that's him for sure. And could-he love, could-he woo, could-he coo, has anybody seen my guy? So let me get one more thing of coffee. Let me find the control panel here so I can add you to the stream. Anyone can come in. You can get all of us in here, but just try to remember that I have sleeping neighbors. Copy, edit, paste. Oh, shit. Did I do this okay? Paste. Okay, so let me buzz you in. Turn the camera down. So back to the romantic lighting. I wish that there was a way. I have to keep on moving everything out of the way to be able to buzz, click you in. Can we do this without always having to what I have to do, it's like when you have to change your underwear. You have to take off your shoes, take off your pants in order to do this, and it drives me crazy. So can I do this easier by making this screen smaller? Oh, yeah. I guess my eyebrows are way too gray for that. I do have other glasses. Let me see if I can find where I put them. Oh, look at how handsome Parker is.
Well, thank you, Pierre. That's very kind.
Oh, and there's your Tallulah Bankhead voice again. You know who Tallulah Bankhead is?
No, I don't. I apologize.
She's a actress that was popular in the 40s. She had a big, very raspy voice, and she was always smoking. And she was in the Alfred Hitchcock movie Lifeboat. She was the head dame.
Okay.
And she also played Cruella de Vil in the original 101 Dalmatians.
The animated one, yes.
The first one, the one from the 40s or 60s,
yes.
or the early one. So
that's a great movie.
Yeah. So Tallulah, I think she did. I think someone will correct me on that one.
Oh, thank you, Cash.
Okay, I have to turn it down a little bit here, though. So this. No, it's okay. I can turn my computer down. I'm getting a little bit of echo from you, I think, too. So I don't know why that is.
How's that?
It's fine. It's fine.
That's better?
Yeah, it's good. So let me get more coffee. I'll be right back. Anyone else want to come in? Kesh, do you want to come in?
You get your coffee.
Get my coffee. My coffee. I'll have a sandwich.
Have a sandwich.
A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. That's a really sweet song about someone that's not quite sure about the other person, but they're not going to get married, but they'll have a cup of coffee and a sandwich with you.
With you. I apologize. I'm like a parrot.
That's fine. We can sing rounds. Anyway, I'm going to get more coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay, you get the coffee, and I'll entertain the chat. Where's my Mitch? Mitchell, I know you're around here somewhere. Cash is working on his music. Okay. Oh, there's Mitch. You know I'm around. Yes. Frederick said you should have seen his hair. So that's me. Before it was cut, Cash. It was so long and beautiful. My hair was down to about here. It was just a mess. My day has been okay. Thank you, Cash. It's been up and down. Just working, and also looking after my my child as well. But I just got my child into bed.
So here's how that song goes. I remembered more of the lyrics. And I'll
I
change
wonder-
I'll change the lyrics to be your name, Parker, just to make it more.
I'm just wondering, is my microphone a bit better now?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I got told by Frederick to turn down my microphone.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I turned down my computer, so your computers are fine. You know what
Okay.
you're hearing. I turned down mine. So the song about the coffee and the sandwich, I can make it about you, Parker. Mr. Parker, I'll take a chance. No, I'm doing that.
You're gonna take a chance on me, are you, Pia?
No. It's Mr. Parker, I'll take a chance, perhaps for romance, but no. Mr. Parker, I'll take a chance, but not for romance. God, how does it go now? I had it figured out in the kitchen. I'll take a chance, but not for romance. I'll take Mr. Rubens. I'll take a chance. I'll just let me just find it. For God's fuck's sake, this is driving me mental. So let me just go to goddamn. I used to play Victrola. I have a bunch of Victrola record players and thousands of Victrola records that I crank up and play. God damn it. Perhaps for coffee, but not for romance.
Not for romance.
Coffee, not for romance.
You need to
coffee, a sandwich and you. A cup of coffee, cup of coffee, coffee, a sandwich.
You need to clean your keyboard. You need to clean the keyboard. Because the grime from your fingers is starting to build up on the keys.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Jack Buchanan and Gertrude Lawrence, a cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. Okay, so here we go. Ready?
Yes.
It's a duet. We'll have to learn the words. Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
In the movie plays of nowadays, a romance always must begin in June. Sales in magazines have all their scenes of love laid in a garden neath the moon. But I don't miss that kind of bliss. All I want is this: a cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. A cozy corner, a table or two. A half an hour to cuddle and cool, with lots of hugging and kissing in view. I don't need music, laughter, and wine. Whenever your eyes gaze into mine, the things I long for are simple and few. Just a cup of coffee,
a sandwich, and you. Now this is Gertrude Lawrence, whose voice is very much like fingers on a blackboard.
What if it's to help you save and hold more? I can plainly see how much you care. Now if I were you, flirting with me, my advice would be, I've got 1,000 and nothing to do. I necklace, I'll buy every pearl. Oh, Mr. Rubens, I'll take a chance. Perhaps for
Coffee, but not for romance.
the things I long for are fewer than few.
A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. Anyway, Mr. Parker, I'll take a chance. Perhaps for coffee, but not for romance.
Not for romance.
Long for are fewer than few. A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. Anyway, it's a cute little song.
It is cute. I must say, it's very adorable.
There are so many lovely songs that were made during that era, and they're so perfect. I picked up the ukulele, play the ukulele, because I went to a concert of ukulele people hosted by one of my neighbors, and all of these songs, or half of the songs that they were playing, were songs that I love, and I thought, I want to learn how to play the ukulele so I can sing these songs. One of the guys that was in that show is this. He's called the Ukulele Crooner, and he looks like he came right up out of a 1950s TV show about a guy that's in a bowling league or something. It's very, let me just find you an example of him. He's big and round, and he has this beautiful voice. So ukulele.
I'm just going to acknowledge the chat.
Okay.
Mitch says, for Parker, Pierre will take a chance, even when Parker gets on stream not wearing any pants. Well, Mitchell,
oh.
I am wearing pants today. Pants.
Oh, look at that.
So how about that, Mitch?
That's pretty good.
And apparently Parker never wears pants, says Frederick. Well, that's because usually I am in bed when I'm on FaceTime with you with nothing nefarious going on. Mighty Mouse says, good morning, in brackets, midday. Greetings, Mouse. Okay, that's from Mitchell. Pierre must be up at 5 a.m. Laughing face.
If I could sleep to 5, here's.
Yes, you did, Mitch.
I'm just going to see what other videos, like, where you see it. Okay, stop ukulele crooner. So here we go. And he would always, he was perfectly poised to perform between beer number 6 and beer number 8. If you got him after that, he was too sloppy, and if you got him before that, he wasn't sloppy enough. But he's again, pennies from heaven, Rick Russo.
That sounds like it'll hurt when it hits you.
But doesn't he look like he's...
A long time ago, a million years BC.
We get to the...
A moon that was always new. So it was planned that they should finish now and then. And you must pay to get them back again. That's what clouds were made for. And and you shouldn't be afraid. For every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll
Anyway.
find your
Fortune
fortune.
falling all over town. Just be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Anyone,
Go ahead.
anyone else want to join us here?
Come on, Mitchell.
Every time it rains, it rains.
It rains.
Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town.
I sing way too much. You can ask Frederick. Frederick hates when I don't know if he hates when I sing, but I sing quite a lot.
Well, good for you. You can sing with me.
Well-
We'll have a coffee and a duet, and you.
Well, something I used to do before I had surgery, I have nodules on my vocal cords.
Yes.
I used to do a lot of demo singing for songs that I used to write, and that I would, give to the record label that I was technically signed to.
You're a anyways, keep going.
I'm not an artist. I'm not a musician. Like I'm not like someone who is extraordinarily famous. I'm nothing. Like a demo singer is very important to put together a song and then it's presented to people. And so it's just like background singers, a very integral part of music as well. But yes, I through my family, I was able to get a contract to write songs and so on. And then I got out of that contract due to certain issues in the contract.
Allegedly that were in the contract.
Allegedly, because I am under an NDA allegedly, and just things weren't being done. But yes,
It makes it sound like they signed you up when you were a child, and it was child laws, performance laws or something.
I was 18, so I was.
Okay. So you weren't a child.
I was 2 years legal.
Okay.
But yeah, I had enough, and then I had to have surgery, and they promised they would pay for the surgery, and they didn't, and that was about $100 and something thousand later.
I think your life sounds like it would make a very interesting mini series. I think it's.
Don't say a biopic.
Well, what if we got George Clooney to play you? Or pick a handsome person.
I'm having Ian K.
Ian K is going to play you?
Yes, just with no facial hair because I can't grow any on the side of my cheeks.
Okay, fine. Ian K stars as Parker Schiavello. A life with lots of detours or something. There would be
I've had a lot of detours. Yes, it's.
But they're not. None of them were dead ends. You got emburdened with a child when you were young. You got. I mean, so it was just. There's lots of little detours. They weren't a dead end.
I was blessed with a child when I was young.
Okay, blessed. Okay, but it was it was not that you. That was a plan. So,
Frederick, I do have the hots for Ian. Yes. Anyway, but Keanu Reeves is a good idea, Mighty Mouse. Thank you.
But he can't act.
Well, I like Keanu Reeves in Speed.
Okay. Well, that's because the bus was doing the acting.
Exactly, which is perfect.
You know, if there's a big prop, you know, that's the actor. Keanu Reeves, I mean, if he had actually had to say something other than, I can't slow down, the brakes don't work. No, it's like,
Don't go under 50, otherwise the bus will blow up.
yes.
I mean, Lord, I mean,
Okay, so we'll get Ian signed up to play this is the pen that's going to Canada, and I get to play with it. It took me a long time to get this thing to work, so I'm playing around with it one last time. Yes, Benjamin Brecht is getting this pen.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my son. Then I was just like, Benjamin's asleep.
Oh, no.
Oh, something I discussed with Frederick. Okay. So people in the chat, I have a 15-year-old son. Okay, awesome. I have mentioned my son on this chat and some debauchery that he may or may have not done allegedly.
Alleged debauchery.
My son has watched these live streams in full and has questioned me about it, and I got scolded.
I'm sorry, what did you say? So, I missed what did you do that he scolded you about?
He scolded me about saying about him using my credit card to buy certain objects off the internet.
Okay. So he scolded you for allowing him to allegedly steal things.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to understand how this works. So, Your Honor, let me see if I get this straight. The witnesses said, okay, the defendant, okay, this is really a sweet pen. Canada will be very happy with this one, and if he doesn't, I'll buy it back.
It's a lovely pen.
The nib is what's really, I mean, the pen is lovely, but the nib is just really, really sweet. He's going to like that. And I hope the pens arrive there. I misspelled your street address, Effextinol, but how many green blank streets are there in your town? I got most of the letters correct. There was a vowel movement with respect to a vowlectomy.
Is this about Canada?
No, this is about Effextinol. I sent Effextinol pens the other day, and he told me only after it was too late that I misspelled. I showed him a picture of the envelope that contained the package that contained the pens, and he saw that I had made a mistake.
Well, Pia, Frederick says that Pia, you are always your own best customer.
I know. I bought this pen from me yesterday.
I bet. And Effextinol, if I pronounce that right, we will turn Schiavello into a pen nerd eventually.
I think I'd like to say that he's halfway there, but he's not a nerd. He's way, where
I'm a novice.
Yes, a novice. No,
and that's being nice to myself.
No, I think that there's a nerdness that I think nerds have to be slightly more isolated and tunnel visioned. I think you have to be focused on one thing too much in order to be any kind of a nerd. And you also, in addition to being focused on just this one thing, you have to be oblivious to lots of other stuff like girls or whatever, that you're supposed to be doing. So nerds in school were always the ones that enjoyed their slide rule more than they enjoyed looking at girls. You think that's true? I mean, I much enjoy my slide rule too, looking at girls, but
I don't know what a slide roll is.
Slide rule. It's an old, back when I was your son's age, we didn't have calculators, little digital calculators, and the closest thing that came to a pocket calculator really was a slide rule. And it's
Oh, okay.
it's a ruler, looks like a ruler, except it has a different kind of numbering on it, and a slidey bit that allows you to do calculations.
Like an abacus almost?
It's like an abacus, except it doesn't add. It multiplies and square roots and cube roots. And I'll show you. Just a minute. Don't go away. Right here.
I apologize for my incompetence about this.
There's no apology needed for knowing something that was retired long before you were born. They were going out as I was getting out of high school, but they were used to get people to the moon. You see people at Mission Control using their slide rules to quickly calculate, get a close approximation of a number they needed to know. They couldn't.
Okay.
It wasn't exact enough to do anything too perfect, but. Okay, where are you?
One small step for man, and I don't know the rest, I forgot, but one small step for humanity. I apologize to all the Americans in the chat. I'm sure someone's going to correct me. One small step for man. Okay. I'm sure Mitch will know.
So they came in little leather. This one would clamp to your belt, and it's empty. Let's try this one.
Oh, wow, okay.
So this one can, so give me a problem. You set this little number here, this little, let's see. So this is 1, and that's a 6, 1.6. So that could be 16 or 165 or 164. Let's make it 164. Or 16.4. You have to keep track of the decimals in your head. That's a flaw. 16.4 or 164 times 2 is 328 times 3 is 492, it looks like, times 85 is 520. So you can find all of these.
Oh, wow.
See the bottom, if the bottom is set to 164, that scale right there, 1.64.
Everything else follows along.
And then times 2 times, and then you go up and then you go back down. And that's just using these two numbers. But there's all these inverse things and cosines and logarithms that they don't need anymore because you have it on your phone. Your phone can do all of this.
Yes, it can. But that's fascinating. Thank you for showing me that.
Yeah, and I've got maybe 50 of these fucking things.
I wonder why.
Because
you're an artist.
Because I touch myself. So this is a simpler one. But it has this big extra magnifying glass so you can really see how exact you need to be. Abacus.
Mitch says that you have some of the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
And Mitch has a good friend who collects abacuses as well.
Abacuses. Abaci. Oops.
Well, I'm just reading what Mitch wrote.
No. I thank you. There actually is a slide rule app that you used to be able to buy. It's free, I think, and it looks like a slide rule scale, and you just do your math by moving your thumb on your screen, and it will do just exactly the same thing.
Oh, okay.
I have a few abacuses. I have actually cufflinks that have sterling silver cufflinks that have little tiny abacuses on them. I can do my figuring.
I thought you said handcuffs, and I'm like, all right.
I got those too.
Same. Mindy Mouse says,
No, I see. Yeah, I see what she said. Yeah, thank you.
And when I see, can I have the house filled like Piers Place, Parker? Fuck no. Just remember, Frederick, if you start doing that kind of shit, I will rip the original 180-year-old mahogany floor out of that house.
And cram it up his. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you some more of my house, you guys.
Oh, okay.
I got an extension cord on my phone, so I can bring it elsewhere.
I feel like I'm in a dungeon. Not in a bad way. Oh my God. Is this like 18-foot ceilings or something?
They're 12 and a half foot ceilings. I need to turn on the light here just a second.
Exactly, Mitch. Exactly. My compromises are healthy. Oh, wow. Wow. This is fascinating. One day COVID will be over. One day I'll be living somewhere in the United States. And I guess you'll have a dinner party, Pierre.
We'll have to eat in shifts. The table can be set for 2 people, and we'll have a little line. I'll just.
Oh. Well, I guess the hotel that Frederick and I will stay in Boston. We'll get the
You'll rent the ballroom, and we'll eat there.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll get the private room or something like that. I'll do that for us.
Okay.
And that's not a joke.
No, you had mentioned something like that.
Yes.
And I look forward to it.
Yes, likewise.
Uh,
These oddballs in the pen world.
There was an old neighbor of mine who used my studio to have a sit-down dinner party for 30 people. And it was that's before I had as much junk as I had. But it was really neat. He was going off to school he's leaving Boston to go to California to go to writing school. So what I did was we had 4 6-foot long banquet tables in an X like this, and the chairs were around like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the center piece was a pile of typewriters, and I had rolls of paper coming down from the ceiling and into the typewriter, and then sort of up and then down, and then it went under. So the typewriter paper was sort of the placemat thing. So everyone, or the runner, and we had candles, and every place setting had a desk pen at it, so we could write and have fun. And it was really. But he had to use my neighbor's kitchen to actually cook the food, because he didn't trust my kitchen, as most people don't. If they look into my kitchen, they say, we'll eat out, thank you."
I probably would say the same, being
You
an Italian.
probably would. Yeah.
All that, you know.
No.
But he
So does
plays-
anyone else want to join in to the room here? We've got
Come
nine,
on,
we have
come on,
nine
Mitch.
people in the room.
Come on, Mitch. Mitch. Come on. What time is it in Ohio?
It's an hour earlier than it is here, I think. 4:30, or are you on Eastern?
I don't know. I'm just.
I know.
think-
I'm asking effects and all, but
Sorry.
no, I'm asking the world. Someone should know what the time zone is there.
Well, maybe Mitch should know.
Don Kim. Good morning, Mr. Gustafson. Now, Don Kim, Eastern. Okay. Now, Don Kim, we talked to him. Would you like to join us, Don Kim? 5:34. Who else wants to join? I'll put the link on here, and all you do is click it, and you're in the room with us. Invite.
I'm just the news anchor, by the way.
Copy. Well, you're more than just that. You
Highly paid.
highly paid news anchor. Paste.
I keep going to call us like KTLA artists. Don't know why.
Okay.
But Fox News, which apparently is propaganda, I've been
It is
told.
awful. The
Thanks,
biggest one of the biggest assholes on that show, named Tucker Carlson. The minute Biden took over the White House, his headline was 400,000 Americans are dead under Biden's watch. You know, he didn't say anyone died the day before when Trump was in charge of killing people. It was only after Biden got elected. So that's how, you know, conveniently that news station ignores what they want to ignore. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that believe them.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm someone with a brain.
Well,
So I, you know.
but if you don't ever look out the window and all you do is listen to Fox News,
Oh no.
you might not know the truth. So
I mean, I watch CNN, the 10 o'clock news,
yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's maybe
Dateline.
Dateline is good. Yeah.
Never watch alone. I don't know. What else do I watch, Frederick? Frederick knows. I don't know. Thank you, Mitch. Yes, highly paid and even more highly appreciated. Well, a pay rise might be nice. I might talk to Pierre about that.
Well, but you're going to be soon the sole underwriter of this project if I can't afford it myself. It's $30 a month, or maybe $50 a month.
That's fine.
So we'll figure this out. Maybe you can. Maybe I'll just do a little surcharge on all of the pens I sell, an extra $1.
Well, I'll just give you my credit card and you can just do it.
Okay. Well. Then it's gonna. Who knows what else I'll end up buying.
You know what? It'll probably just be I will yell at Frederick and I'll be like, "Why is this pen dealers on my credit card? Statement?" And then he'd be like, "Don't you remember you gave your card to Pia about 6 months ago?"
Uh-huh.
And I'll be like,
I thought there's another sex toy on here that Pierre must be buying. And what about this? So
that's what Frederick just said. Pierre needs
toys.
toys.
Actually, should I show you something that Ian gave me at a pen show? Ian lived in Korea for 2 years.
Ian K.
Ian K. went to Korea for 2 years, and was teaching English to Koreans. And I just wonder how many crazy Koreans are going to be coming to the United States because they learned English from him. But no, he's I'm sure a very good teacher.
Was
And
it South Korea or North Korea?
I don't know, South Korea.
I'm assuming it's South.
Yeah. Anyway, he met me at a pen show in Philadelphia, and I hadn't seen him for a couple of years, so we gave each other the big bear hugs that we can before COVID. And he brought a ukulele with him, so he was sitting at my table and he was playing a ukulele, and he said, I bought this in Korea Pier. I immediately saw this and I bought it for you. So I will show you what he gave me.
Okay, I'm very intrigued right now. But Don Kim, who is from Korea, I believe, yes, Korea, said most definitely South Korea. Mitch says, I stay away from the news as much as I can, and I'm better off for it. Frederick says, admittedly, I don't watch television, which is very true. I feel like this might be a bit inappropriate, or not inappropriate, sorry. Maybe some of you may not watch what I'm about to mention. I've been trying to get Frederick involved. Frederick's my partner for people who are watching. I've been trying to get Frederick into watching the Real Housewives franchises, like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or the Real Housewives of New York City. So I've been trying to get him into watching some of them with no avail at the moment. So soon he'll be watching television.
So
anyway, okay.
So
this is from Korea.
he gave me this thing wrapped in very crinkly paper. So I'm unwrapping it. It's making all sorts of noise. And Nicola Pang is sitting next to me at his table, and this other guy is sitting on the other side. And I had some people in front of me trying out pens, and I'm unwrapping this thing and making all sorts of racket. And it's a solid brass coat hanger. You just screw it to your wall. So this is what he bought somewhere and brought on his luggage and brought to the pen show and gave it to me. So isn't that lovely?
It's very nicely done.
And it cost $260,000, whatever they have it, wherever you found this. So there you go. And I didn't make it shiny. It came that way. So perhaps Ian polished it up there.
I like it. I think you should have it like hanging up.
I unscrewed it from a piano stool that it's on. No,
sorry. Sorry, like my brain malfunctioned, as Mitch would say, and I was just like, okay, oh wait.
It keeps me. I don't slide off my piano stool when I. What?
Oh yeah, so that was $232 USD that he spent for you.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't.
With the current exchange rate.
I don't know. He might have bought it in some other country that has a different currency. I don't know if he got it in Korea or he could have gotten it in Japan. I forget where he said he got it, but we will find out.
Well, Frederick says that he would like one.
Okay.
Mighty Mouse says, I like how the tip is so polished.
Yeah.
And then $232 from Mitch.
Did you figure that out on his slide rule?
I think Google is the
modern slide rule.
And Mitch says that's an expensive coat hanger, Pia.
But he wants to hear about the Christmas story.
Yes, I will tell the Christmas story. I don't know if I've said the Christmas present story that Frederick sent all the way from where he lives in Chicago to. It's a Christmas present for my son.
Okay.
I live in Australia.
Yes.
I had this Christmas present. It was still wrapped. I hadn't given it to my son yet, and I shook it.
No.
And I was like, okay, there's something heavy in there. Then I shook it again.
Okay.
And I'm like, that is I apologize, people in the chat. I said to him, I said, that is a cock ring. Why did you send my child a cock ring? Sorry, teenager, 15 years old. But yes, quite embarrassing.
No, but was that what it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Solid. I'm not going to go get it, but it's a solid steel cock ring, and my kid has been messing with me by hanging it in places around this house just to mess with my head. So have children, people, see what happens.
Well, I think that's quite interesting. I'll go in my little book, my little head of saying, well, I know what, there was a guy I know that gave his boyfriend's son a cock ring for Christmas.
Yes, there you go. Now you have that story.
People are going to say, oh, you're lying. And I'll say, no.
Nope.
Does anyone else want to join the group here? Kim D, are you still in the room? Don Kim, rather?
I don't know, Mitch. Yes, Mitch, it's the gift that keeps on giving. And I refuse to touch it at this point whenever it is placed around the home, because my son, who's 15 years old, has a boyfriend. So I just, yeah, he's an asshole. Allegedly. Everything I said was alleged. Oh, yes, my son did tell me to give feedback to Frederick that it was the best gift in the world. I think P is gone. Great. I'm talking to myself. Oh, Frederick, stop. But yes, Don Kim, yes, maybe next time. Yes, I agree. It's yes.
For limited time only, people who buy pens from the Good Service Pen Shop will get a free I'm just watching the brain have another conniption. No, these are not what you think they are.
No, it's okay.
They're a little tiny bit, I think, too big.
Wow.
Maybe not.
Wow.
I don't know why I have these or where they came from.
Are they for like they're for tying ropes around, I believe, or something?
They could be part of, harness.
Yeah, harness. That's what I'm thinking.
Horse tack gear or something, or
yes,
they're used in some other.
But I'm sure you've used them in a different way, Pierre.
My mind is already thinking of all sorts of things.
You plead the fifth?
Mighty Mouse wants some fish. That's not too big at all. Well, remind me to show you my leather jacket someday.
No. No. I will be out of this chat.
If you see my leather jacket?
I'm not a fan of leather jackets. Just
You now look.
well,
You would
okay.
very much. You'd get a. There's the leather queen idea, and there's the lace and the harnesses and all of this stuff, which just cracks me up because I can't help but.
The
You know,
lace,
Why do you want to look like a
a hooker.
Clydesdale? All harnessed up, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But I do like.
What fish is Mighty Mouse talking about?
Mighty Mouse is talking about these things, which I need to show you now that she mentioned it.
There is a heavy duty pier, is what Mitch said about those rings.
What I have been doing, I've been finding boxes of in the recycling where.
What are you doing in recycling?
Huh?
What are you rummaging through people's recycling?
Because I
Okay.
take the boxes I find and I make them into little fish. So this.
Oh yes, and you put them on
I think
the
this was
hallway.
This is a little fish I made out of a shoebox, and here's another little fish.
Oh my gosh, they are absolutely adorable.
And another little fish. These are really quite lovely greenish blue, which you can't tell by my lighting here. But I would make a little school of fish out of a box.
Wow.
And so these are one box. Here's fish from another box. And
But you have a whole bunch of these on
I have thousands of them.
hallway.
I have thousands of these things.
On a hallway, I've heard.
So
Oh, a piranha.
yeah, sort of piranha-like.
That's groovy.
And like this one had the little mouth
Oh.
cutout was part of the packaging where the tab would go into the hole.
He has a little top hat as well. I like that.
And this anyway, so but I've got here's another batch of fish. This was from a fan box with its cute little face.
A fan box.
Well, a box that had a rotate,
Oh,
a fan
okay.
on it. And this was from a box that I think this was another heater or a fan, but it looks like we have a little red lipstick on that one. And
Those are really cool. Like, that's amazing.
this was a wine box. Oops. Emma something or rather wine. So they all had sort of different. They inspired different kinds of fish.
Yes, I see that.
So, and again, I have thousands of these. And then I also, while on the fish thing, I did drawings of fish on paint samples.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And the paper here is very water repellent. So the ink doesn't really dry or do anything. It just sits there for a long time until I can smush the ink around and have fun with it. So
Wow, that's amazing.
It's been, so that's what I do in the recycling. But occasionally I find, I learn all about my neighbors.
I bet.
What kind of booze they drink and what kind of they like. And on one floor in my building, I will not say whose floor it was, but I did see a box, the Colt Anal Training Kit.
Oh no. Are you sure that wasn't your recycling?
It, it was not my recycling. I have my $265 kit that Ian gave me.
My.
So,
How dare you go through my recycling and find those stuff?
yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, it was I have in my studio, I've got probably 40 boxes full of boxes to make more stuff, and I don't need that many things. But let me just show you though some. We're right now around my building. We have a lot of construction happening.
Yes.
What I did was, see if I can, oops, shit, didn't mean to do that. Undo move. Tonka toys, there we go. So I would go into the, oops, shit, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. And I meant to bring this down. So big. So what I did was, let me move this back up so I can see what we're doing and move this down. So all of these great cranes and bulldozers and stuff are around our building. So I initially started making these things out of the recycling.
You're mimicking what's outside.
Yeah, and so let me just show you. This one was cute. There are two little porta potties there, and they're in the box. I don't know what box this was, but it came from Scat Enterprises. So I thought the Scat with the
perfect for the porta potties.
Porta potty. And here's a guy who had that burrito for lunch, and he's running to the thing. So there's all these really cool things going on, and I have just filled Coca-Cola box with a little bulldozer moving things around. And,
welcome, Nello, by the way. Hello, Nello.
Oh, hello, Nello. Here's a Christmas tree I made out of boxes from Amazon.
Amazon.
And people said, Pierre, all I saw was erections, penises. Because
that's what I originally thought.
Well, because your mind is in the gutter.
Well, maybe because I swing that way.
So anyway,
programmed.
These are what I was doing for the longest time. I'm just trying to find in our mailroom in our building. I guess I don't have pictures of that. I have a little diorama going around the entire room, and it's sort of below your eye level, so it looks almost like you're inside of you're an ant looking up in a sandbox, looking at all of the construction toys. Do you have Tonka toys in Australia?
We sure do. I have a couple tubs full of them.
Okay. And they're metal, right? They're metal?
Metal and plastic.
Okay. Well, Tonka toys are from Minnesota originally, or they still probably are. And so we had them growing up as a kid too. And so that's what they reminded me of. Looking out my window, everyone's complaining about the noise, and I'm thinking, I'm just reliving my childhood, watching all of this fun stuff. So, pine cones, Danish, Nello, typical German card game. Is it like Whist? What game are we talking? Oh, Scat. Scat is a card game. What's a German card? I love cards, so I need to know what this is. Inquiring minds need to know.
You love German?
Do I like German?
I thought that's what you said. Like you love.
Well, I like. There's someone
Yeah.
talking about a traditional German card,
Okay.
German card game. Okay.
Sorry, I got confused. My bad. I don't know. People seem to go quiet when you ask them to if anyone would like to join.
God damn it! I can't walk in my house without bumping into shit, and I forgot that I have I should have a caution low ceiling or something. I can't walk around the house
Yes. Well.
with my
Oh,
spike
wow.
helmet on.
Oh my gosh.
Wer reitet so spät durch Nacht und Wind? Es ist ein Vater mit seinem Kind.
Is that World War One?
Wohl in den Arm, ja. Reiten sicher, reiten fahren.
Mitch, when I think of Minnesota, I may be getting it wrong. When I think of Minnesota, I think of the Metrodome that collapsed due to the snow.
Yeah, and the bridge that collapsed due to shitty construction. And what else collapses in our house?
Was it the Metrodome? Like, am I getting that right?
Metrodome, the snow did cause it to collapse, but
Yeah.
no one was hurt, and no one would have been hurt if it was even full, because the top of the Metrodome was just an inflated
Yeah, it's like
roof.
pressurized fabric, right?
Yeah, so it wasn't like made of concrete or stuff.
But the snow coming in would have killed someone. Like
No,
that would
no.
really.
I don't think it even leaked. It might have in the middle of the football.
Have you seen the video of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Of the roof actually ripping open and collapsing?
No, that was a different one that ripped and collapsed, I think.
Oh, well, maybe Minnesota. Sorry, no, Minneapolis.
No, it was Minneapolis had the thing that fell down, but the one that ripped, I think, when you saw that, I think that was the one in during Hurricane Katrina. Didn't they have one that broke there? But I don't. Pickelhaube.
Yeah, it was Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay.
17 inches of snow.
No, it was nice and wet snow.
Because the Vikings and the Giants, by the way, were going to play.
Oh.
But when did that happen? Gosh.
It might have been
October 20th, 2016.
Oh.
And then they tore it down and built the US Bank Arena or Stadium, I believe.
Yeah, and it's quite impressive looking. It's very angular. It looks like a stealth bomber stadium. Very pointy bow. Looks kind of like a ship.
It does, yes. And
Like-
I think they've done that so the snow just slides right off.
My cousin made a lot of art for that building.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Runs in the family.
but they have it lit really, really badly. You can see maybe part of a painting. The paintings aren't even very big, but they have these little tiny lights hitting just in the middle of the painting, so they're badly lit. But monks keep your house from collapsing. Well, that's pretty bad when you have to do that. Effects and all.
Yes.
Who else is gonna join us here? Effects and all. Do you have your pants on yet?
Come on, Mitch. You can do it, buddy.
Oh, paperwork from the as well as the Third Reich. Somewhere in my collection of debris, I have 2 pieces of stationery from the Third Reich. They're little embossed eagles with swastikas on them, and
Right.
but I don't know where they are. They're in Minnesota somewhere. Hakenkreuzes. Do you know how to write in the old German script, Friedrich? The script where the E and the N and the R and the M and the I all look the same. Here's how to make an I in German. Here's how to make an N in German. Here's how to make an E in that German script. They're all the same. So if you if I wanted to write pine, P-I-N-E, it would be some sort of P, I, N. No, but they're connected. Sorry, P-I-N-E.
Fred says
Pine.
he can write in it.
There's pine, or Pim, or a U. If there was a U in there too, I-U-N-E. I mean, it looks like a seismograph going off.
Yeah, that's right. Mitch is he was a bit too loud last morning.
Current Schlief in Sutherland. I have a really, really sweet silver pen that I could not read the script on it. It looked like it was the Sutherland thing, but it looks like it says P-Nub, P-N-U-B. But this could be that S, so it could be Pnus, P-N-U-S, or P-N-U-B, and I didn't know what it was. I looked up P-Nub just to see if it was a real name, and P-Nub is slang for a little tiny button penis. And I thought, that's so cute. I want that pen now. I mean, I wanted it before I found out that it meant a little tiny button penis, but P-Nub. Have we been in the gutter too much? Schiavello?
I just don't understand what y'all are saying.
Oh, of course you do. You understand everything we're talking about.
I actually do.
You know all about those little button penises. P-Nub. Yep.
No comment.
Let me get that. Let me get that.
I plead the fifth.
You know all about those alleged button penises, don't you?
I don't want to. As the token hetero around here, I've learned so much this morning. Oh, Mitch, you've learned nothing. Yes, Frederick. Yes, you don't need to come along and, be the big burly man. Be like, I can definitely defies the term button. Yes, we know, Frederick. You're German. Oh my God. Benjamin Button. Peeing Man? I'm lost. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. This chat is all over the place. Oh, gosh. There's 8 people watching. I apologize, 8 people. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel because we're very entertaining. Singular. I don't know. Why has the chat gone quiet? Exactly, Mitch. I don't know. Maybe the chat can fire up a bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm just sitting here alone talking to myself in a mirror. That's how it feels. Oh, but this is also fun. Oh, okay. I think I might take that as a compliment, Don Kim. Maybe.
Scribble, scribble.
Oh, guess who's going to be coming on to the live stream?
Who's that?
Frederick D.
So here's Pinus, Pinub. See, look at that P N U, and it has that German B. Pinub. Right? So it means little button penis. Okay, turn your yeah. When he runs his fingers through his long locks, we know that his brain is short circuiting.
Well,
So it's Pnus then. I like Peanut better, but so you're thinking it says, you think it, no, it can't be Schluss.
Schluss.
Because there's only one thing at the beginning. That isn't an S. Come on, get in focus again. Come on, focus. Focus. There.
Yep, there we go.
Well, it's certainly not SCHL. Oh, the Schluss S. Okay, ending in 2 S's. So it could be PNUSS. Pnus. Pnus. Well, I like Penub better. Yeah, it's a really sweet pen. I got this on eBay, and I was very happy with this. And then I broke it. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Allegedly.
I allegedly broke it. I was taking the sack remnants off the sack nipple, and a big chunk of sack nipple broke off. So there's just one little tiny bit hanging on one part of it that is holding the sack in. Schlong.
Schlong. Huh.
So if schlong is one kind of winky, is schlort the other kind? Okay, start. The schlong and the schlort of it.
So, Frederick, are you coming onto the camera? Is that what you meant? No. I just come here to watch / listen to Pia scribble, scribble, scribble.
The type of S. Okay. So if that were in Fractor, the P nub would be pnus, and it would be in let me get my Fractor making nib.
Frederick would like you to send a link
To what?
for the stream.
Oh, the stream. I thought for like what, the eBay of me buying that pen.
The stream.
Okay.
What I was talking about. Clearly, I don't get listened to.
You get in, I listen. I hang on your every word.
Oh, you sound like my ex-husband. You tell me what I want to hear.
Oh, I see.
I'm just kidding.
Meanwhile, Frederick just tells you the truth.
Well, and then lightning comes down, and
So here would be the
all over the place. And that makes it fun. Okay.
E
Oh,
N
that's
U.
scatterbrained. Yes, I'm very scatterbrained, Mitchell. Thank you.
And then the S, that double S is like that. Oh, I made that into an F. Never mind.
Are we meant to see this, or
Oh, sorry.
I didn't know.
No, you weren't. So
Okay.
start over. The P might look like this. N, U. You need Ian here with his big brush, and then the S, the double S looks like that. But in Roman, it would look like this. Goodness. So
No, they're not talking about you, Ronan. Sorry. I have a family friend staying with me, and his name's Ronan.
oh, well,
And you said Roman.
have Ronan show up.
No, Ronan is quite a private guy. He is private security from our family. No, Ronan is quite a private guy. He is
Okay, you have to turn off your echo there.
our family. Ronan is quite a private guy.
Okay, you have to turn off your echo there.
Turn it down, Frederick.
Okay, you have to turn off your echo there.
Turn it down, Frederick.
There we go. Much better. Oh, look at that little tattoo.
All right, am I good to go?
You are good to go. Except,
Oh, you did what I said.
which is what?
Oh, I suggested a way for him to scribble so it can
I
look
see.
this way.
But it will be upside down, which is fine.
And
It's fine. I like upside down. Upside down, which is fine. Except you're still getting an echo. It's fine. I like upside down. So
How can I take it not upside down? Which way should I
no, it's fine. You can
adjust
do it
this?
now. So it's just write the word P-nub in Fractor, and you'll see what you have to do.
we still have a bit of an echo, Frederick.
Well, if you hold on, I've got to move this.
What do I need to do?
We need to sing a song in that round. Row, row, row your boat gently.
Oh
down.
no, not no.
We need to sing a song in that round. We'll make it more sophisticated for you.
Mine that really sends Frederick like crazy is my daughter died in a rowboat and I never told anyone.
Propel,
Is-
propel your craft placidly down the
Allegedly.
ocean. Ecstatically. Exist illusion.
Is the echo gone?
Yes. Thank goodness. Oh, you're leaving, Don Kim.
Oh, bye, Don Kim. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Now,
I'm sorry.
If we're talking about current shrift, which I believe
which
I believe that
We're getting there, Mighty Mouse. We're getting there.
oh no, that peanut you wanted, right?
yeah, not Knub.
Frederick.
That would be peanut.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it looks like.
Frederick?
I mean, look. Where's my... It's almost exactly what...
Yes, Parker?
If you have your tablet on sound, I would turn that down and only have your camera device with the volume.
Or, yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think he's trying to see if it's a P-nub, but I'm trying to get the light to make it work.
Oh.
Or should I just mute the...
I mean, if you got your tablet out, I would,
the actual
depending on which device you're using.
program.
Here you go, P-nub. God damn it. It's so hard getting...
Now, if we did the same thing, but I did Nouse, that's that Schluss's S.
Okay, move it to your left a bit.
Yep.
So you think that's, you're saying that there's an umlaut and a loop. There is no, the last letter on this.
that I mean, it can vary, but see that this can look like that.
Uh-huh. You know, I sent a picture of this, a very clear picture of this
Or
to
it could also look like this.
to
sometimes, too.
two people from one is a German woman from Germany who is older than I am, if that's even possible, and this guy that I sent it to she thought it looked like it said P-noob too, not like that should be double S. So anyway, what kind of pen are you using? Frederick says Effextinol.
Yeah,
Modern.
if you can,
Yeah.
send me the photo as well, because it's hard for me to see.
Okay, you have to
exactly
send me
on the video.
You have to send me an email, or I guess I can send it to you by Instagram, right? Have you accepted me to look at your pictures on Instagram?
Well, you've got my phone number. Just
Do I have your phone number? I don't know
Yes.
whether I do. Do I?
Yeah.
yeah. I believe.
I don't know if I do.
Unless you didn't save it.
I don't know. I can't.
Mitch,
No.
it's a Santini Libra from Italy.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. Your email is what? I don't want that. Oh, this is really cute. My
For
neighbor.
more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org.
My neighbor across the hall is an animator, and she sent me this link. She's going to use this guy's voice as the background for a video, an animation she's making, and it's a guy reading how to do recipes in about cooking fish. And the second recipe is
Recording
fish balls. So you have to listen to what he says if you can.
out in the oven. This may be baked in individual dishes if desired. Fish balls.
Fish balls. The mind boggles, he says under his breath. Under his breath.
Mace, cloves, and garlic.
Okay, so I'm sorry, your email is what? Friedrich?
That's excellent.
Friedrich, your email is what?
Deal, D-I-E-H-L-F. Deal.
Oh, okay.
D-I-E-H-L,
Okay, I have it. Yes, Friedrich.
F
I have it.
1910 at gmail.com.
I have it. I remember now that you wanted all of these very rare things.
Good.
I don't know if I have any of them, but let me, now that I know that I have your email, let me take a picture of this right
Yes.
now and send it to you. Meanwhile, what pen are you using? Inquiring minds wanted to know.
It's a Santini Libra, and yes, Nello, they do make all their nibs, including flexible ones. They're the what do you call it? They're the followers. They took over what remained of the Ancora factory that used to be in Italy. That were in business since the 1920s. That's correct, Mitch. And this one does have the hand-cut ebonite feed.
Okay, do you see this? Oh, you can't see that, probably.
Yes.
Focus, bitch.
Well, I'll send these to you, so. Okay.
Yes, that's a B.
Pinoob.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
peanut.
excuse
Yeah, small wiener. Yeah.
Oh, isn't it cute? I'll send it to you anyway. Select 1, 2, 3. And mail and paste.
Frederick, Mitchell says that he sees that you're using a Rhodia pad too.
Yeah, I use Rhodia for all my scratch paper. At one time, the hobby store Michaels carried Rhodia, and then they discontinued it. So when it was on clearance, they allowed you to use a 30% off coupon on top of it. So I was getting Rhodia pads for $1.50 a piece, So I bought like 80 pads of Rhodia. So I've been using Rhodia for scratch paper for a long time now. I personally prefer a paper called it's called Brown Bear. It's a rice husk paper, but it would remind you of Tomoe River paper, but it's non-bleached, but it's not as coated, so it's a little more absorbent. Ink dries faster, and it would remind you a little more of vintage paper, you know, where it's got that newsprint look to it, slightly. The only problem is they don't make it anymore. So, like Pier, I've hoarded, 20, 25 rings of it.
Oh wow!
And
Let's just
that's why I use Rhodia and various
before
other
you.
stuff. I even use the Dollar Tree has these steno pads.
Yeah, that's the kind that Affextinol likes. He finds nice ones there. When you get your 25 reams or whatever you ordered, you should open up. Do like they do when they're looking at counterfeit money. You know, pick some 3 or 4 pages at random out of the pile and see if they all work. Because I bought up hundreds of pieces of paper from Strathmore, and I didn't realize this until after I had already done all this artwork that they changed the recipe on. So I was about to add the ink, and it all was useless. So
Nello is heading off, guys.
hello, arrivederci, Nello.
Arrivederci, Nello.
No, you have to say Nello. Oh, hey, Nicola.
Aw.
Hey.
Well,
We have to let
Yeah.
everyone.
Take care, Nello.
Okay. Nicola.
you
Nicola
were
is
just messaging Nicola.
Oh, Nicola's here.
yeah. So
Like
let's
you were just messaging her on your phone here.
let's get Nicola on cam. Okay, you don't need to put on pants, Nicola.
I'm actually going to get off the stream, guys.
You can't. You can't.
Yeah. I don't have pants on, so we're even, Nicola.
Nicolino.
Okay. I'm getting off the stream.
Okay. Well, goodbye. You
Parker.
stay in the stream though, if you can.
Oh yeah, I'll stay chatting a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
No, I didn't get overridden. I'm just exhausted, Mitchell.
Because you know why. Frederick knows why he's exhausted, but we don't. Our mind will just okay. Here, Nicolino.
All right, I'm going.
Look
Yeah.
at
It's all
Hello?
my fault. Yeah.
Hey, Pierre.
Hello, Nick.
It's been a while.
It has been. Where have you? I know that you've been fishing a lot, so I haven't been
Yeah.
bothering you when you've been away from pens and calligraphy.
Oh, I am definitely not. I don't know how to switch around this camera.
Are you using it? There you
There's,
go.
there's a way for me. There.
Oh. Paste. Oh, you're back. Okay.
How do I?
Are you using your phone?
I am using my phone.
You should be able to do it.
I should be able to.
Is-
How do I switch around my camera? That is super weird. I don't know what I do. This is totally new to me. and more than a little bit frustrating.
Okay, well, we don't need to have you be frustrated. We can just look at your face.
Yeah, but I like made some shit.
But-
You know what? We'll just mount it over here, and I will just hold it up.
Why don't you? You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah, but if I turn my iPhone so that the camera faces straight down, I have no idea. I can't see what you or anybody else is doing.
Oh, if you hold the camera, if you hold it above your work.
Why don't I just do this? Because that is
that's
like
That's
easy,
fine. Okay,
right?
good.
Theoretically,
If we laugh and sing a little
hold on.
as we
Jeez, this is
fight the
so
good
weird.
fight of freedom, makes it go a lot easier. I will not allow my life lights to be determined by the darkness around me. Very nice.
Right. I just posted. I assumed that me posting that on Instagram was what made you message me.
No. I see
Oh.
you on Instagram and stuff all the time, and or when you post your fish things. And I heard from Otto that your business had completely dried up, and I thought, well, we're all in the same.
Pretty much.
We're all in the same boat that way. Oops. Anyway, we're all in the same boat that way, and I thought, well, you were having such a nice time fishing. But Nicola, I do want to say that I did find.
Sorry about that.
Okay, I did find that box
Of what?
of your architecture arms.
Oh no shit.
No, it was underneath. It was underneath a
I
huge
completely
pile.
given up.
No. When you said when you said that, where are my scales?
Yeah.
I thought that you had taken the arms, but you just
Yeah.
wanted the ruler bits. And so I wasn't looking for a big box.
Uh-huh.
But the big box was there all the time. I just didn't realize it. So I have it now. Oh, you keep on getting lost here. So,
all right. So there's something to be learned here. I need to just stop fucking with this thing because it is very clearly not designed to be used from a phone.
well, you just have to not touch your phone.
It's
Once you start,
a raging piece of shit on an iPhone. Like it is a flaming turd on an iPhone.
I have to say though that I really, really like this streaming where you can.
Oh yeah, no, like the streaming itself seems good, but like the GUI, the user interface of it is fucking terrible because it's not clear what the hell actually controls what. So I keep accidentally leaving because every other fucking button that I touch makes you leave.
Oh,
which is sort of hilarious.
Excuse me. I hate to break up the party, but I hear some liberals are bad-mouthing the greatest president in history.
You know who that is?
I have a feeling it's Matt.
It's either that or Trump.
Nicola,
what's up, Matt?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. You hanging in there?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to just sit down and just do pen stuff for a while, so I kind of went crazy today.
So here you see what you look like. You're right there. Yeah.
Drew this dinosaur. Thought that was kind of.
Oh, I saw that. Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's like there's a guy on the boat that really liked Jurassic Park, so.
I love your Pee Wee Herman hairdo.
What?
I don't think I've seen your hair that short in a long time.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's not It's pretty damn. You're right. It is pretty damn short. I have regrets about cutting it this short, by the way, because like
it grows back.
on the ocean, having it this short is definitely not a plus because there's like no insulation.
I see. And congratulations on your upcoming nuptials.
Who's gonna do your invitations, dude?
Dude, like, so I can invite what, like all 3 people that are gonna show up to it? This COVID shit's gonna be fucking there's no way, dude. It's gonna suck.
Well, it keeps the costs down anyway.
Yeah. No, it's basically gonna be like, you know, her witness, which I guess is gonna be like her mom. I think we're gonna invite her brother just because, you know, why not? And then for me, I'm gonna, I don't know, I guess I'll probably walk around downtown and look for, you know, some homeless dude that'll take a $5 footlong in payment. And just be like, here, you know, you order whatever the hell you want, sign this line. That's probably my strat. It's not a good one, but it's what we're going with.
So she's living there now, or is she?
No, she's stuck in Canada.
Canada.
Okay. Yeah, she's stuck in Canada, and you know, until travel opens up in a manner that is, basically America has to, you know, stop acting like a shithole country. And then, you know, and then maybe Canada will let us go back up there. I don't really know.
But we're not a shithole country. It's those African countries, Mr. President. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah, that's right. They are shithole countries.
Dude, it is.
Anyway, I have to get going to work.
Such a raging mess.
Best of luck.
See you later.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good to hear from you, Matt.
You too.
I'll see you tonight, Matt. Okay, bye. One of the things I want to do with Matt, I wanted to do this before Trump left office, but I wanted to have the camera look down at my desk.
Yeah.
Have my hands here and Matt's, aka Trump's, hands on the other side of the table.
I don't think his hands are that small, but all right.
Well, I know, but you know, we can do wonders with our camera thing, and I want to pretend like I'm trying to sell a pen to Donald Trump.
Oh my God!
You know,
why?
But sir,
what are you gonna sell him? Like a fucking gold Sharpie? Like
no, I would
it up a little bit.
It's time for your, you know, to write your memoirs now, and I wanted to have the table. I actually went out and bought Goya canned goods.
Why would you do that?
Completely covered with Goya products because he's still trying to shill those things. And I said, you know, well, but sir, how about using this pen? And I'd hand him a Schaefer golf pen because look, your hands look bigger. No one has bigger hands than I do. My hands are perfect, etc. And we go on from there. So we have plans.
Right. So yeah, no, it's definitely true. The work over here dried up, and so I actually started working on combination of like party boats and commercial fishing, and so
great.
I mean, it's fun, but like, holy crap, dude! Like, Saturday I left the house at 5 a.m. and I got back Sunday at 4 a.m. It's like brutal. That's
what you always do, Nicolino.
Yeah, but it's not but it's not usually there isn't like lifting, you know, 160 odd 140 pound things.
Oh, that's right.
300 some feet of water.
Your physical labor is different than
yeah, it's a little bit like I got back and I felt like I couldn't it's so weird. Like there are days when I get back to my car and I sit there for like 90 minutes after I get back on land, just so I can like sort of get feeling back in my legs.
Okay. Yeah, it is really interesting when you're on a boat. You use leg muscles that you've never used before.
Oh no, it's not really that. It's more that like just lifting stuff I think does really shitty stuff to my spine.
Oh, I see. Okay. But
but yes, I agree. Like the first couple months I was there, I was just like, holy crap, I didn't know that my ankles were such shit. You know, I mean, I know that calligraphy pen stuff isn't exactly, it's not super duper, you know, it's just pretty, it's pretty stagnant in terms of
well, yes,
movement, but
you're from your waist down, you're not really using your body, and
right, yeah,
your waist up, your posture, you get that calligrapher slump.
Right.
Not
unless we make a sport out of full contact calligraphy is that ever going to change. But you know.
Well, I'm so glad to see you. I've been mentioning your work, and I've been showing off your calligraphy when I unearth it here, which is quite often.
Yeah. I didn't know I left you that much stuff.
And I also,
I guess I have been there a couple times over the years, but
well, you have been here at least 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's been a number of times.
So maybe, who knows if September will be open for us to have another show? Probably not.
Who's Mighty Mouse?
Mighty Mouse is from Canada originally, and she lives in Denmark now.
Oh, so yeah, Mighty Mouse. I am Cali boy.
And Effextinol, ask your doctor if Effextinol is right for you. Effextinol is a guy named Mitch from Ohio, and he is he has a great collection of Schaefer, mainly Schaefer pens, mainly a little bit on the modern side, touchdown and up.
Legacy.
He might. I don't know.
Probably. Like,
and
I don't know. I kind of feel like if you're going for the latest and greatest, it's kind of hard to beat. I think like in my opinion, Legacy is like. I'd have to put it solidly. It might even be top 3 Schaefer pens for me, but definitely top 5.
That's the silver overlay one.
I mean, there's a lot of.
What's a Legacy? Show us a Legacy.
A Legacy looks like a PFM, but it's like cartridge or touchdown fed as opposed to snorkel.
Okay.
I don't know if I have one right.
Okay, that's fine. I thought it was what's the heirloom one or something. What did they call they made a Schaefer over
the one that looks like it's the one that has like almost like a deep engraved sort of all silver. That is the that
Heritage.
It's called like the Heritage Commemorative or something like that.
Okay, that's the one I was.
Yeah, and it's got like the vines pattern on it, right?
Yeah.
And they made it in the 14. They made it in a 14. They made it in a sterling, and they made it in a vermeil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Effextinol, why don't you come on board? I'm trying to get Effextinol to turn on his camera.
Yeah, so he has impaired. Yeah, see this guy. He likes the same ones that I like.
Stuff there, Mitch.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that Triumph nibs are the tits. They're like probably the best nib that they made.
Nicolino, I have to show you one of my favorite snorkels. I mean, my favorite Triumph nibs is no, that's not it. It's this one here. It's on this kind of lever filling.
Okay, so that looks like a Valiant or something.
but it has sort of a stub on it.
Yeah.
And it's very smooth.
Wait, did you just upside down it? And it's like really thin on the other side?
No, it's not quite, but I did upside down it. Yeah.
Huh.
But it's really a perfect nib for this pen.
Yeah, there's a number of them that are like kind of.
Okay, hold on. Let me just talk to Effectsanol. Effectsanol, you don't have to talk. You can just turn your camera on and show us the pens, and we'll do the talking for you.
He said he can't talk because it's too loud. Oh, you're probably reading that too, but whatever.
I am, but he can turn on the camera. He doesn't have to say a word.
Mm.
His name is actually Aphex Technol, but I pronounce it Effectsanol, and we've made up a here he is. Okay.
I assume it causes erectile dysfunction. Whatever
That's one of the side effects.
Yeah, okay.
But ask your doctor if Effectsanol is right for you.
All right. Well,
So here's Mitch.
Say
hi,
certainly
Mitch.
guarantee it's not right for me, but what's good, man?
Because your erections are fine.
I mean, I haven't been able to test that out for a while. The fiance is in another country.
Okay.
So.
Hello, Effectsanol. You have to look up Nicola.
No, sorry. I just realized that ink blew up in one of my pens the last time I was on the ocean.
Look.
Those are all Imperials. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Are they? It's hard to tell dimensions because like the camera's like freaking size of a postage stamp for me right now. That is a PFM, right? Or that's an Imperial. It's hard to tell because they both have that kind of squarish thing going on. And his mic is off, but he's talking, which is funny.
He's muted though.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoops.
muted.
Oh, I was saying these are PFMs.
They are PFMs?
Yeah.
The green one's nice, man. That's a hard one to find.
What's funny is I didn't even pay a lot of money for the green one.
If you can, Effectsanol, aim your camera down and just show one of those cases that's full of Schaefer product.
Oh. Like here's some of my snorkels and stuff.
Yeah. I have a bunch of snorks too. That's awesome. So what got you? Well, first, how do you know Pierre?
I discovered Pierre through Wasky Squirrel's videos, actually.
Do you know Entropy? Nicola?
Yeah. What?
He's a science teacher from North Dakota who does weekly pen reviews, and I like his. He's like the opposite of that. I'll just say jerk. S-E-E-R-E Brown character.
Dude, he's not a jerk.
I know you like him, and I probably would like him.
We don't gotta be like that. I'm not like a Brown fan. I'm just like I don't think he's like a dick.
Well, he's just the way he presents. It's just the Gregorian chant in the beginning of his videos, and then where he puts his two fingers out to make us watch him. That just turns me off right there. But Wasky does the same kind of thing. He has 8 or 10 pens he inks up every week, and then he gives a little review and talks about how they write. And he's a science teacher, and he loves living in North Dakota.
Okay.
And he talks about life in rural North Dakota, and he's really warm and friendly, and he mainly likes pens that were made behind the Iron Curtain.
Oh, interesting.
So it's really
I've met a couple people like that where they collect stuff like that, and there are some super interesting things that were made.
Well, I'll send you that guy's link because I think you'd like it. His name is Wasky Squirrel.
Okay.
His real name is Jason Waskowitz, but he's we had planned on meeting in Minnesota he is
before all this mess, or
before all this mess. We were going to do it last summer, and I was hoping, and he and I have done some side-by-side videos using Skype, and we talk about, we've picked topics, whether it be ink or paper or, top, I guess one of them was pen patterns. He's like a magpie. He's really attracted a lot to the plastics of pens and the finish and the colors. And he also loves using all different colors of ink. So he's a really interesting collector in that way. But a lot of his pens are modern, but he's now getting more into vintage. But the vintage is from Czechoslovakia and Poland and Russia and Iron Curtain era pens.
I was going to show you one of these too as well, Pierre.
Yeah.
These are one of my personal favorites. This is a Vacfil Schaefer Statesman, and this thing has the big, huge honkin' open nib on it. This nib is like way bigger than this pen should have on it.
Yeah, they're very funny. When you uncap the pen, you go, "Oh wow!"
Yeah, but these are one of my favorites as well.
Nick, are you talking? You might have. Hello, Nick. We can't hear you.
Oh, maybe he lost his audio or something.
We can't hear you right now. Oh, no, he's gone. I'll invite him back. He'll be back. Yeah, the Gregorian chant, Mighty Mouse is saying is too much. There's this, and his opinions, he makes his opinions sound like they are commandments from God. And I think part of that is due to his...
Am I back?
Oh, you're back now. You're back now.
All right, you're back.
Oh, yeah, it looks like what happened was when Vanessa tried to call me,
I think.
Canceled out my...
Well, what's more important, your fiancé or us?
Clearly I'm here, so... I mean, if she somehow hops on the podcast, I'm sure she'd be super fucking pissed, but...
Well, I'm so glad to see you, Nick, and I'm glad. I hope that when I do another, I know that your sleep schedule and when you're up and when you're busy and things like that.
Actually, it's weird. So it's like it's semi-regular now in terms of like when I'm up. It's just that like, when I'm up and I need to work, it's like a shit show because, I'll be awake you would be like, "Oh, Nick, you're around." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm
for one more minute
putting on 4 layers of thermals and like going out the door to go to the boat." And then sometimes I'm out there overnight and stuff. So.
Oh, you're still doing that then?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Oh, good.
Well, I could say that...
Yeah, no, it sucks right now. Like we're getting hammered by like 16-foot waves and
oh wow,
fucking trying to pull crab pots and that and fish and shit. It's fucking.
Well, my extended family in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan owns a commercial fishing business. That's tribal commercial fishing, and there's a few summers I went up there and did that when I was younger, so I know what commercial fishing's about, and it ain't a fucking joke.
Yeah,
it's serious.
Like, it's not. It's actually kind of interesting. It's like, it's funny because like I still, I mean, I guess if you follow my Instagram or anything, like Pierre knows, like I still go. Like there are days where I'm like, oh man, like this Saturday and Sunday are off, and I'll go with a couple of guys on the boat. We'll actually like still pay to go on charters and stuff. But it's just like such a, like I think that the thing that still is kind of funny to me is like, it's such a utilitarian type of fishing, right? Like you go out there and you're just like, oh, like we're only catching things that are like up to 10 pounds. And we're like using these like beef stick things that are like rated for like 80 pounds just so we can just like beat the shit out of the fish. And you're trying, like you'll fish like something that's like an 80-pound setup, and it's just like, yeah, let's get 6 of them on here then put like a tuna reel on there and just beat the shit out of them coming up. Like that's kind of that sort of fishing. There's like there's no, there's no enjoyment of the fight. Like the fight is a negative thing. Like you don't want to do
Right.
that. Yeah.
Well, the fishing they do up there is mostly trap net and some gill net fishing for
gill
whitefish
netting?
and stuff.
Yeah, that's totally illegal in California. So.
Mighty Mouse, I'm going to be drawing some fish while we're talking about fish. She likes my little fish doodles I do, so
I was going to show you this, which is something I don't know. Like if you like more, like I guess like the kind of pushing vintage sort of Schaefer, this is probably going to be different from that, but this is something that you don't see every day. This is a Monty Winfield pen, and the cool thing about this is that like his pens, the resins are all I don't know if I can get a good angle. You see that? It's actually like deeply pearlescent when you look at it.
It's kind of subtle, but I can see it.
Yeah, and all the furniture is titanium. So
they've been using a lot of titanium.
So this is
pens
like
lately.
this is pretty cool. He's supposed to send me one that's all carbon fiber too, but
well, that would be cool because my spine's held together with carbon fiber. Having a pin made out of carbon fiber would be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, he does inline carbon fiber and also what's it called? It's that carbon fiber that's like kind of randomized where it's all cooked down. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's laid almost like glass fiber.
Yeah, but it's like this really random
randomized.
sort of pattern. It's really cool because it just like throws off light, like sort of in, all this sort of random patterns, so almost like almost like volcanic glass or something.
Right.
Yeah. But it's like incredibly strong. Like that stuff is nuts. Like I'm pretty convinced you could like take the pen, like run over it with like, I think you could run over it with like with like a caterpillar and it'd probably be fine.
Yeah, carbon fiber is some wild
it's
stuff.
like incredibly strong. But that's a fucking rad pen. So anyway, yeah. So let me see. I don't have a ton of classic pens that are out right now. I think most of what's out here. No, wait, I lied.
Yeah, kind of my main thing is I started out collecting Parkers and stuff mostly, but then
I like Parkers still.
I got into
My
Schaefers just because of the sheer variety of cool filling systems and the interesting nibs and everything.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree that like Schaefer has a lot more Schaefer has a lot more kind of uniqueness to every one because they were like a jewelry company, right? So everything was like assembled sort of one at a time. That's also like sort of the maddening part of fixing them, as I'm sure you know if you do your own samples. It's like you can't really assembly line them. Like the Schaefers I like are a lot of these like really old Schaefers like that.
Yeah, I don't have any that old. I have a couple like flat tops and stuff, but I don't have anything hard rubber.
Yeah, the old hard
I'll
rubber
make a
Schaefer.
pile for you. I mean, it'll be part of the next pile, Mitch.
Yeah, I definitely need to get into some older stuff for sure.
The old hard rubber Schaefers have some really killer nibs.
They're and even the new ones. The new, if you find nice, flexible, I think Schaefer made probably the strongest nibs of all of the companies. And if you
I would agree with that, yeah.
If you get a Schaefer flexible nib, they have a real
They have a good backbone to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any of these? The New Balances?
I have a couple of
Balance
the
one, Balance
pressed
two.
that are reissues.
The ones that are cartridge fillers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the ones I have are the crests with the. It's still sort of a Triumph nib, but it's like they came out in the 90s. I have a couple of those.
I have been looking for one of those crests with a italic type nib. If you ever come across one, I'd be really interested. I have a lot of balances with exotic nibs.
Oh, while I'm talking to both of you, Effextinol has a number of 45 nibs, stub nibs, still in their packaging.
Oh yeah.
Well, not a number, but I have a couple of them.
Like two? Number. 2 is a number.
Like two is a couple.
He's looking for an oblique, a factory-made oblique. You have
I'm pretty sure I have some.
So he's
like which I don't remember.
Well, I have a medium stub that's steel and a medium stub in 14 karat. So I would trade one for a oblique like for like.
Okay. Let me take a look.
Now,
I do have a bunch of 45 stuff.
In your calligraphy, Nicola, do you use left obliques?
So it's interesting because, like, let me see. I use primarily. Would it be left? Yeah, I guess it would be left. Yeah,
you
like
a left oblique, right, Effextinol?
Yeah, a left oblique would be preferable.
Right. So, like, I primarily use neutral italics.
Right.
But if I had to use an oblique, it would be a left oblique. I have been kind of interested in obtaining a couple of right obliques, but they're weird because, like, you know, basically the reason that I would be doing it, aside from the fact there's just like a lot less left-handed people in the world, the reason I would do it is so that I could use it for stuff like Arabic or like Aramaic. Those old world scripts that use the opposite cut because they're doing like a lot of like push strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have not been able to exactly figure out, like, you know, what I want for that, because that ends up being a highly exotic nib, especially since they're easier to find. And
I would think though that you would, well, not you necessarily would want this, but I would think that you could have one ground to your.
Yeah, and that's really kind of the thing with obliques.
You really want that side stroke to be really sharp.
Is that like obliques? What I would do if I were you is like get that whenever. Wait, where are you in Michigan?
No, I'm in Ohio.
You're in Ohio?
Yeah.
What, like, are you close by the are you by Columbus?
About an hour away.
Yeah. So when the Penn Show circuit starts up again, when the Penn Show circuit starts up again, which is like I think there's a decent chance that I will be in Columbus next year or this year, I mean. Mm-hmm. I'll be in Columbus this year in November, provided that we have this shit under control. Right. Like, because the Ohio Penn Show goes through Columbus in November. But what I would do is show up at that show and bring bring those nibs, and like I don't know that you should, if there's still like packaged and stuff, maybe you wouldn't want to whatever, but I have like broads. I have broads that can be ground down into exactly what you want for an oblique.
I've been looking for broads too, actually, because it's really hard to find a 45 broad.
Yeah,
like I found those stubs before I found broads.
I've got like a whole thing of 45 upstairs, but I'll look through it, and I don't know. Do you have a way of getting in contact with me?
I'll send him your email.
Yeah. So or better yet, just like.
Oh,
Oh, damn it. He touched his phone again.
What I can do, Effectinal, I will forward you Nick's Instagram account.
Cool. Yeah, that'll work for me.
Because, and one of the things about Nick that I hope he can.
Better yet, just message me on like Instagram.
Yeah, I'll send you your Instagram account.
but like, yeah, so I definitely do have broads. I also have like italics and stuff. But like the thing with oblique is that a good oblique, I think part of the reason that like nobody really, as far as I know, no company really made a lot of obliques and they were not super popular ever, is because like that angle that you're coming at the paper at, it really is like the angle that you're holding like your pen at to the paper. That actively affects like, you know, what angle the oblique foot should be at, right?
Yeah.
And then like it's kind of like have you ever used like an architect nib?
No, I don't have any architects. I do have a few other obliques, so I mean I'm familiar enough with writing with normal obliques.
I should say,
I'll tell you this. If you do you have a Parker oblique, I'm sure, of some sort, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you compared the Parker oblique to like a wall? It's like crazy. It's like such a big. It's like like between the two. I think I like measured like because I have like factory ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 12-degree angle difference.
The only other ones that I have
like
is
huge.
I have a Pelican M400 with a oblique broad, and I also have a
OBB
Lamy 2000 with a medium oblique.
Pelican actually makes a pretty good like oblique.
Yeah, that broad oblique
like
is
the modern ones.
bit.
Actually, this is funny. Like for Pelicans, what I've done is when I
did you lose?
wanted like a modern Pelican in italic. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I wanted like a modern Pelican italic, I actually start off with their oblique nib because their normal italic nib sucks ass.
Oh, well, I'm glad I know that, so I don't have to
like
go looking for one now.
Any other factory italics made past like maybe like 2012, they're just like fucking terrible. They're basically like a super like baby bottoms. Like it's basically like if you took like a broad nib and you just baby bottomed the shit out of it by like just grinding it.
They just over polish a lot of the nibs on these really high end pens now, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, they're like.
Dick, could I interrupt for 1 second? I just wanted to say that Mitch is not so much a calligrapher, but a journal keeper writer. So he's not using the pens in the same way that you or I might, but that's not to say that he won't want to do that at some point. But I just wanted to. You're not a You're not. Do you plan on learning calligraphy effects and all? You think, or no?
I do have some interest. Okay. I would think I would be more interested in developing my flex nib skills more than calligraphy right now. But
when you say that you, I mean, how when you're writing, you're journaling, do you find because you're writing words on paper, you're writing thoughts that you have on paper, and you're not doing calligraphy necessarily. How do you find those oblique nibs different as an experience from the other ones? Is it just another flavor? Is that it, or?
Yeah, exactly. To me, it's just like I've mentioned before. For me, it's fun to just constantly switch things up with the different nibs.
Cool. I mean, it's
interesting because
it's just like having a fleet of cars in your driveway, and you take one for a spin, and you come back and get in another.
Like, to me, the way that I was kind of taught about like what an oblique is supposed to be is essentially for people with sort of like extreme angles, or like obliques were really kind of I don't think obliques were originally a thing. I think that what happens is that people sort of started making them with quills, or they would wear down quills into an
Yeah, I've heard that before too, where people would basically create quill nibs with their penknife, for their particular handwriting
and what was
style.
going on, I think, was that you start seeing diagrams that seem to show oblique nibs being used or oblique cuts being used on quills in the age of like cursivized italic. And that sort of makes sense because that's a informal script, right? It's like something that you would use to like just correspond, and it was just like the kind of de facto normal handwriting of like the late Renaissance. I was looking through my other pen case that I have over here. I haven't looked through it. Oh, man, it's crazy. I haven't looked through so much of this stuff in like ages. But here's a legacy that you don't see very often.
Oh, that is pretty.
The solid sterling one. This is a cool pen. And then I have like I have the palladium nib on it, so it matches. And it has.
That's like a legacy or something. What kind of?
This is a legacy. This is the legacy heritage.
Yeah.
Where it's got like the solid sterling, and then like and since I basically I think I probably have like definitely amongst like the people that I've seen at fountain pen shows, I definitely have like one of the largest collections of like italic, because I think that like yeah, I think like probably the various 51s that I have, that's like almost all of the fine and medium stuff. Like almost everything else is like all italic.
I was digging in my
That's impressive. That's
drawers
a
of
lot of
pins, and
clamshells.
I have all these Schaefer sets.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of different stuff.
So I have a question for you. As like, is it the like do you feel like every single one of these Schaefers has like a different personality, or is it like a completionist thing?
I don't have any aspirations to have complete sets of anything Schaefer, because I ain't got enough money for that. But yeah, I was saying on stream the other day, like with Triumph nibs alone, I have multiple copies of snorkels, for instance, TM thin model snorkels, and each one of the nibs has a very unique, distinct feel to it. And I can pick one up with my eyes closed and write with it on paper and know instantly what exact pin that is just by the feel of the nib alone.
Yeah, that's the green one. That's the burgundy one. That's the one.
I was going to say, you know, it's a very reasonable. I think it's a pretty reasonable collection to go after. Is like all the different points, all the different nibs that were available through the snorkels.
Yeah.
Like collecting those is not, it's not that expensive, because like, I mean, barring a couple that are like sort of stupid, like the
like a music nib one.
Yeah, the music nib one is expensive, and the flexible Triumph is the hard one.
Right.
Be really honest with you, like the music nib is kind of unique just because it's like this like mega broad thing, but like I never found the flexible Triumph. Like I never found a single flexible Triumph. I was like,
yeah, neither have I.
I mean, like I never found it to be cool. Like I've used
I have a couple of those,
but they're not. They're just kind of okay.
Yeah, I'm always afraid that they're going to get sprung and you can't fix them. Like
you can't. Yeah, if you.
Oh, I got something cool to show you guys.
Yeah.
When people talk about new old stock pens, it kind of infuriates me, because that can mean everything from a pen that just hasn't ever happened to have been inked, all the way ranging to pens like this. And this particular pen I'm about to show you, this is what I consider to be NOS.
Oh wow!
Oh, it's like totally wrapped still.
Yeah, it's in original cellophanes. It has the tags. It has the little display tag. It even has the nib grade slip of paper in it.
Right.
Yeah, this is a Snorkel Saratoga with the open nib.
Well, I guess I'll forgive you for keeping that in its condom, because it's rare to find one like that, and those people that like that kind of stuff will get a Woody by looking at it, and you can show it off and people will enjoy it. But
I mean, like that's the type of thing where I'm like, if you decide that you want to convert that into
hard money.
Yeah, like I know the people who would buy that, and then like whenever I've come across stuff like that, I like basically get rid of it as soon as possible.
See, that's the thing. I own this thing, and yet like I'm not interested in it because it's not a pen I can actually use. It's cool to have and look at.
It's better than a U.S. savings bond because it is depreciating in value. It will never go down, and you might as well.
About that actually, because I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate.
Okay.
And I'm saying that because like this COVID thing, like. There's been a surprising amount of collections that have come up for sale.
No, I know that. I know.
Yeah, like I went in on a couple of them early on, and it's like, dude, the market's so volatile for stuff like that because I can tell you right now, at least I think there's maybe a dozen worldwide of people who are like truly like new old stock Schaefer completionists, and like maybe there's 20, but maximum there's 20. I know like 5 of them, and none of them are spring chickens. You know, like they're all like guys that are like
even older than I am.
The youngest one is like 2 years from retirement.
The flip side to that though is I don't know how much time you spend on eBay necessarily, but that's where
used to be a shitload, like 1,800 plus.
But during this whole COVID thing, the prices on eBay for stuff have just continued creeping upwards and upwards because people are bored sitting at their house. They're, some of them got
money. They got their money from Trump. They got
their Trump money, and then they're buying fountain pens.
I think it depends. There's certain things I've seen creep up, and there's certain things I've seen just like plunge downward.
Yes,
too.
That's true too.
I'm surprised that Schaefer would go up. I know that Parker Vacs have gone up.
Mm-hmm.
I know that old Conklins have gone up.
Yeah, and I had an awesome Conklin, and I sold it.
Old Conklins have gone up, and I know that for whatever reason, certain models of walls have gone up, like Dorics. Dorics are.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Dorics, but everyone seems to love those things.
I don't know. I just sold off. I just sold off like 18 of them as a lot. So.
I don't think I have any wall pins in my whole collection, come to think of it.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a skyline. You have a skyline.
If you like weird
that's
nibs,
true.
Man, you have to get at least one adjusty nib.
Yeah, that's true. Those are pretty cool.
And they're kind of uniquely found on Dorics.
Right.
Like if you want to spend a little bit more on it, I would say like get a wall coronet, and just those were one of the only other ones that coronet or equipoise were the only other ones that you occasionally find adjusty nibs on.
Yeah, I've heard of the equipoise, but I've never heard of the coronet before.
Coronet is a gold fill, usually gold fill.
Would you like to see a coronet?
Yeah,
sure.
I've never owned one.
Really?
I've never liked them.
Oh, you never liked them? Okay, never.
And the reason I don't like,
I was going to ask you if you were interested in trading me some stuff.
No, what I don't like about them, it's like a patrician. They press the fancy button one time too many. And I don't like the
most Art Deco pen. How can you not like
that? That is super Art Deco, but it is almost a little too much.
But like this is so badass. Like, look, even the inside like matches up with it.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's got
I know.
the adjusty nib.
It reminds me of the interior of a 1930s elevator.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
What I don't like about them, Nick, I don't like their clip.
Oh, you don't like that clip?
I don't like
that clip is sexy as hell. How do you not
I
like that?
know. It's like I hate the clip on a patrician.
Oh, I can't help you. I like patricians too.
And I don't like the hose clamp band that they have on a patrician. And I don't like the only thing I like about a patrician, I like their big nib, and I like their breather hole diamond sort of thing. I do like the little gold seal on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's it. I much prefer the ink ray, the zigzaggy ink view, whatever they're called.
Yeah, ink view.
Because I love the pen is more sleek and slender. The patrician just looks like those big bulbous cars from the 50s.
But how about this? Even if you don't like the patrician itself, the patrician pencils are awesome.
Yes, the pencils are nice, and the
patrician pencils are freaking legit. And like that's one of the best pencils that Waterman ever made.
And the Onyx Waterman desk set is to die for.
Yeah,
because they're fat and the terracotta ends are beautiful, but I just find the patrician it looks like it was inflated too much. It just
I don't know if this is really your thing, Pierre, but I thought that you might want this someday when this is all
when you put me in your will.
I don't think it's gonna work that way. At least I hope.
Oh, you think I'm gonna die first, huh?
They say commercial fishing is the most dangerous profession.
In our wills,
it's up there.
I think you're gonna go first.
No, but check this out. Like I think.
Oh, the goblin or the
Buckeye.
The Schaefer.
That is super cool.
That's the ghoul.
This is a wasp.
The Screaming Souls or whatever.
It's like this is really unusual with the base made out of exactly the same celluloid.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
I love that because I like desk pens too, though. So
if you wanna talk about this one, I'd be.
Well, you and Effextinol should talk about that one. I don't need that one for my.
No, I know.
Did you see, Nicola? Did you see my desk pen display that I made?
I haven't seen. I haven't been on social media very much until today, and then for some reason you.
I'll send it to you on Instagram. It was that steamer trunk I have that's 6 feet tall by 6 inches by 6 inches. I turned that into a.
Oh, I did see that actually.
You did see that, right?
Yeah, that thing was cool.
I thought you had seen that one. Okay.
This might be of interest to you too if you like obliques. I just thought of it too. This is like stuff that I acquired and didn't do anything with, like at the kind of beginning of.
I love red ripples, but at the same time, like I found that my pocket wasn't really deep enough.
Huh?
That never had a band on it.
It had a band. It has.
I don't know, a gold one on the bottom of the cap.
No, there's no band.
That's very rare.
Yeah,
because
no band, and it's a blue.
So it's a stub.
It's the oblique stub.
I thought blue was just regular stub.
Maybe it's green. What's the oblique one? I don't know. This band is like faded enough where I can't really tell.
No, well, what does the color say?
It doesn't have a color on it.
Does it have a keyhole nib?
It does not actually.
Yeah, it should.
It does not. It says it just says manifold 5. This is a Waterman.
It's a Waterman 7, but yeah, it doesn't have a keyhole nib for some reason.
Well, Waterman Ripples came in 5s as well.
Yeah,
smaller.
So this guy, I guess, has got a 5 nib shoved into a 7 body.
Well, I mean that's okay. I mean this an old 5 was the same as Waterman 7, Waterman 7 Ripple.
That's still super cool though, but yeah.
But it's got an oblique nib on it. That's definitely factory oblique, which is
okay.
Really
good. Okay. No, I think blue was regular stub. Green was rigid, very manifold, and I think gray or some of those weird colors.
Yeah, gray was the one that was the oblique.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And Nicola, how much are pinks worth these days? The pink Waterman Ripple. $1,000.
8 and 12.
8 and 12. Yeah, $1,000. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on how good it is. You know.
One of my followers saw one on eBay, and it was a pink nib, labeled pink.
Yeah.
It might have been a number 5 Ripple size. I mean, a 5 smaller one, and it was in an InkView pen.
Yeah.
And it was
that happens
for $200 and some or euros.
He didn't immediately buy it.
It was really hard to tell whether the nib was. The photos were so shitty, and he asked to see a better picture because if the pink nib is broken, that's useless.
Right.
You know? So you really want to. But I told him, I said I think nib is worth a lot.
I've definitely gambled and won and lost on stuff like that.
That's the trials and tribulations of eBay.
Like somewhere upstairs, I have a Waterman 20 nib. That's definitely a Waterman 20 nib. It's just like fucked sideways. It looks like it basically looks like somebody. I mean, like I bought it because I knew the pen was that, and I ended up, what was it? I ended up I think I ended up coming with some agreement with Jeff Krasner. I was no. It was something like, okay, like I saw this first, so like I'm gonna bid this. Like don't bid unless it goes above that, you know.
Yeah.
And so like I ended up with it, and then like I had a funny conversation when I got it because I think I paid it was like $700 for the lot or something. And like I messaged him afterwards. I was just like, oh man, I really wish it had gone like just $1 over my 700 because then you could have had it and gotten fucked on this. Like, look at this thing. And like,
sideways.
It was like fucking terrible because like, I mean, I can't bring myself to like, scrap it, but like, I don't see how I asked Beliveau and other people like what it would take to get this thing right again. It's like brutal, dude. It's like it's basically like someone stepped on the nib, like straight up stepped on it, and then was like fuck, and then took it and then like just mashed it into like the sidewalk outside or something. Like the tipping is like just completely shot on both.
Oh no.
It's just gone, and the nib has somehow been like just flattened where like one shoulder is different than the other one. It's like just dumb.
That's not good.
So it's like I've asked around, and the only people that would do a repair on it, it's like nib reshaping is like $80, and then nib retipping is like $160. It's just like, dude, at that price, like fuck it, I'll just go look for another one,
But Nicola, you have a cap and a barrel and a feed and a section along with that.
Yeah,
pen?
so about that. The
okay,
cap
well,
and the barrel
I would
are
think
like
that
heavily oxidized.
I think that would be worth. I mean, I would think you could even take one of that pen and take one of those big Frankenpen nibs you got from me, Victorian nibs.
Yeah.
And put one of those in with a slightly smaller feed, and you'd have a sweet kick-ass.
I ended up selling.
Damn you! Damn you! No, you sold those.
Yeah, I sold the. Well, the barrel was the only thing that was really good. The cap.
No. I meant the dip pen nibs from me. You still have those, the big ones.
Oh yeah, no, I still have all those.
Okay, well, try next time you get a 20 or a black giant.
Yeah. Okay. The next time I get a 20, I'll just.
Well,
find one.
You got one recently, and
that was like a year and a half ago, maybe.
I mean, you could probably.
I'm sure I could find another
barrel
one, but
made.
honestly, like for the prices that they go for, you might as well just have someone mill you a barrel.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, like those that company you used to work for that would mill those hard rubber barrels.
Right.
I mean, they could have made one for you.
They could have.
You guys can keep talking. I'm gonna start. I have to throw some food down my gullet, but you just keep talking if you want.
Well, I'm gonna have to do that too here at some point.
But I stayed on because I was like, oh, I like haven't seen
here
in like a fucking
we
year.
Say goodbye now. But Nick, now that I saw that you subscribed to my channel finally.
I did. I don't know why I did that, but I'm glad.
Well, I don't know why you didn't do it. I didn't know why you didn't do it before.
I didn't know you used YouTube. I
oh my God!
I've just on like I don't know,
600 videos up.
I thought you only broadcasted on Chatterbait or whatever.
I do that too. I do that too, but I don't.
You know what?
I'm a voyeur. There.
No judgment, you know.
Hey man, fly your freak flag.
Anyway, so let me do this. I'll be back on later today, and I do have to get the pens off to Brussels and to Canada before I have my head on a platter.
Brussels.
Huh?
Brussels.
He has a nickname for
a pen collector that bought a half dozen pens from me from Brussels, and another one that bought another 4 pens from me from Canada. And normally they are watching me here, but both of them are very busy today. And
were these collecty pens, or were they like?
They're more user scaled pens, like Waterman, like Wall metal number 3 size nibs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're not. You know the pens I have and the pens I like to sell. They were pens like that. They're and the ones I sent a bunch to Effextinol. He got, what did he get now?
I haven't got them yet. They're supposed to be every day.
But you got, what did you get? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, a couple balances, a Triumph touchdown, I think. And
oh yeah, that's right.
They're pretty much all Schaefflers.
Touchdown, and but with nice nibs or different kinds of nibs on them, and did you get a golf pen? No, that's going to Brussels. But anyway, all of the people that I'm selling pens to, all of the pens that I'm sending out, both Mitch or Effextinol and Brussels and Canada, and are all journal keepers rather than calligrapher types. So they are, and I normally don't have contact too much with people that are writers as opposed to calligraphers. So they're really a neat group because they care just as much about the nibs as you and I do, but they don't use them in the same way. So I find them, and I'm really interested to hear them talk. Do you follow the YouTubes of Adventure Denali, Entropy?
No. I don't know that.
Arizona. I'll send you a link to her stuff too.
You haven't lived till you've had one of these.
Oh, don't show that to Marilyn Darling. You're off the. Oh, look at that.
That is so cool.
Post.
Yeah, I've seen some of those before.
Cool.
Oh, well, real quick, Pierre, I keep talking about this dip pen that I have.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's
cool. It's a Eichen Lambert with a number 3.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth a whole lot. I literally paid for it.
Don't tell Nicola anything about that. We'll trade that if the nib is good. we'll use it for something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of making.
Those
some sort of
are
drinking pen.
those are the nibs that I use to for making my Franken pens. So
No, the nib is definitely good. So
Pierre, do you by any chance have nibs for these
Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Peter Pans? I don't know. I might.
Because these two are interesting because these were early Schaefer ones. US Pen Company.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. I picked these up like I don't even remember where the fuck I got. It's just like all the other shit around here. Just like I'm like, what? That's cool. Like I'll make a project of that, and then you buy it, and then then after like your week-long pen show bender, I come back home. I was like, why the fuck did I buy this shit? Like,
oh well, you do buy interesting things there, Nick. I've been with you at pen shows, and you come back and you show me what you have, and I thought, well, why did you buy that? And it's not that I don't think what you bought was not a good buy.
No, you can say it.
You surprise me sometimes in what you buy. And a pen that's so small like
purchases are a little sus.
Little sus.
Things like this, where I'm just like, that's cool, and then I get home, I'm just like, am I really gonna ever use this?
No,
it just sits there because it's.
Well, the other two, Nick, you can make earrings out of them.
That's the solution for everything.
Make earrings. Yep.
Earrings
I
out.
refuse to do that shit, man. Like the whole earring thing, it bugs me the same way that you hear about that sculptor in like Milan or something like that, where like he decided that he was gonna make this paper mache like statue of like whatever. Anyway, he did it out of like comic books, right?
Oh.
Then like at a show somewhere, somebody was looking through it and was just like, I don't want to.
That comic is worth $1 million.
Yeah, there was an Amazing Spider-Man #1 that he had paper mache'd.
Oh my gosh!
And so he was trying to sell his piece of work that this paper mache thing that he had for I think like 12,000 euro. That comic that was in there, the last one that was found, was auctioned for you know what it's like fucking disgusting.
You know the end of the story. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to say goodbye now, and you two are gonna have to say goodbye to each other. But I will.
All right.
I'm gonna email you. I'm gonna connect you via.
Just message me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, I just found your thing on Instagram. So.
Together to Instagram.
Sweet. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Very good. Bye.
Awesome. Well, it's good meeting you.
Later. It's nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Bye bye.